for Las Vegas. You guys spent a lot of time out there. I did as well, and it's just such a sad, tragic situation. And yeah, all our hearts and prayers go out to them. It's the city. It's an amazing city. It's a resilient city, and I just hope that we can put this behind us. And I mean, never forget, but also put it behind us and start treating each other with respect and love, and make what Vegas is supposed to be just an amazing place to go to.
Well, I hope this is a call for automatic rifles to be banned, because without that, this man could not have shot so many people and so far away. It's just a travesty that we can control a little bit.
Absolutely. I think that the only place that those type of rifles have are on the battlefield, and it's hopefully it'll lead to some sort of action. But yeah, Vegas is a special place in my heart. I mean, I spent a lot of time there. I spent a lot of money there, and it's just a great city, and it's a resilient city. We actually have a broadcast that CRN does with Les Kincaid out of Las Vegas every week, and we just all our thoughts and prayers are to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
God bless their souls, and God help the family.
Absolutely. So we have a huge show. This guest is like right in my wheelhouse. I love true crime stories. I love movies, and this man is bringing us. He wrote Gotti, directed by Kevin Connolly, starring John Travolta. I just saw the trailer. The trailer is amazing. It's coming out December 15th. It looks great. John Travolta looks at the top of his game. We're very excited to have Leo Rossi on.
Leo is one of the best writers of gangster films.
Yeah, Leo Rossi has written some marvelous movies, and I was lucky enough to be in a couple of them. And he's also a terrific actor, and he's from Philadelphia, street guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got all the energy from the streets plus the right dialogue. You don't find that very often. There were a few guys out there in the 30s and the 40s. There are very few now, and it's a privilege that I know him. And I'm sure that the Gotti, this is the story of John Gotti, folks, the most infamous gangster in the United States.
The Teflon Don.
The Teflon Don.
Probably the most famous gangster since Capone, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say. And finally died natural death in prison, and took a lot of people away, bad guys. But Leo captured this, and he captured it, by the way, in interviews with the real McCoy guys, John Gotti Jr., John Gotti's son, who took off after his dad and was in prison. So we'll let Leo tell you the story.
Absolutely. And just a quick mention right here. Speaking of Gotti, 1996 HBO movie, Armando Assante. It's his birthday today, so very interesting.
Oh, happy birthday.
Incidentally, yeah, it's an interesting coincidence. So this is The Lounge. We're going to have the great Leo Rossi right after the break. 1 minute. Stay with us. It's CR Digital Talk. This is The Lounge with Larry Mancy Manetti. Stay with us.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.05%. But choosing the right mortgage lender means choosing more than just a rate. Does calling the company with 11 J.D. Power Awards for client service matter? Does calling the company that invented Rocket Mortgage, the industry's most innovative technology, matter? If working with America's #1 online lender matters to you, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
Fall is the best time to feed your lawn. With 10% off Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Weed and Feed and Fall Lawn Food at the Home Depot. Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard feeds your lawn to build strong, deep grass roots for winter when you need it most. So it'll be lush, green, and beautiful next spring when you want it most. Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Weed and Feed and Fall Lawn Food. 10% off now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through October 4th.
And we are back in the lounge. That's Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. Entered the U.S. charts this week in 1960 on its way to number one. And at just 1 minute 37 seconds, it's the shortest U.S. chart topper in rock and roll history. But hey, here we are in the lounge with Larry and Nancy Manetti, and I am absolutely privileged to bring in Mr. Leo Rossi. Mr. Rossi, how are you, sir?
I am fine, and I'll tell you one thing. You just made my heart glad because I love old rock and roll, because I'm an old rock and roll disc jockey.
Oh, really? Oh, we're kindred spirits then, because I love old rock and roll too, and I'm trying to be a new disc jockey.
Well, back in the day when I was a disc jockey in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you could really set your own format. It wasn't Metro Media. And I used to have a lead in, yes, it's me, your bumblebee, your uptight stinger, out-of-sight swinger, saying, whoa, come on, we'll have a ball in the hall. I want to see your face in the place. You can holler for $1 because I'm too hot to be stopped, too smooth to be moved, too high to get over, and too wide to get around.
Oh, you're hired. CRM
That's great.
CRM would like to offer you a position right away.
Leo, you're too much.
Hello, Nancy. Hello, Larry.
Hello,
Hi,
Leo.
Leo. Too bad you're not up today.
Yes, no.
Don't be so depressed.
Just have a little prune juice, and I'm rocking and rolling.
So, hey, Leo, I want to jump into this because I'm so excited. First of all, because I go back with you so many years, and I've been in a couple of your movies, and I've read most of them. But to do John Gotti is phenomenal to me, and you finally got it done. And like Michael said, I mean, Gotti was probably next to Al Capone, and to get and sit in a room with the real gangsters and John Gotti Jr. and convince them that you're going to put on paper the life story of their father and them and how they shot people up and the rest of it. And I mean, I don't know how you say it from Philly, but that's the way it is.
Well, what you said is all gospel. I had to go into the belly of the beast. And Gotti, John Gotti Jr., John Angelo Gotti, he asked me, and he's a direct shooter, no pun intended there. But he said, you must have some reservations. I said, well, yeah, maybe I have a few. I said, yeah, maybe a few. And he said, what are they? I said, well, the main one is that you're going to try to whitewash your father's reputation and his image. And he goes, that's fair. He said, look, my father was a gangster 24/7, and he was a killer. And I went, well, we could start from there. It was like, okay, here we go. The train left the station, and he was very, very candid. He is, by his own admission, out of the life. I spent just almost 4 months with him, and I candidly believe that. Some people don't. Some people say you can't get out of the life. He was put on the shelf. That's the terminology they use.
Well, wait,
where,
let's talk about that. Wait, because people out there, you got to remember, there's people in Italy and Brazil, everywhere that's listening. To them, they might not know who John Gotti Jr. is. I mean, was he actually a bona fide gangster? Did he run the John Gotti mob?
Was he made?
Yeah, yes. Yes, he was. In 1988, he became a made man, a made member, in good standing, I guess you'd say, with the Gambino crime family, one of the 5 families in New York. My own opinion, which I put into the script, from information that he gave me, he went to the New York Military Academy for high school. He's a very bright guy. He finished at the top of his class. He was captain of the boxing team. And the New York Military Academy, I don't believe it's in existence anymore, but Donald Trump went there. Francis Ford Coppola went there. Barnes from Barnes and Noble went there. So it was a very prestigious military college, military, pre-college. And when it came time, for him to go to college, he wanted to go to West Point. John Gotti Jr. wanted to go to West Point. Well, how'd you like to be the congressman? Because you have to have a congressman.
Yeah, you got to get appointed. Yeah.
Yeah, to sign, for a Gotti, John Gotti. And that didn't happen. So his father said, take a year off. Look, you worked hard. And then in that year, he gravitated to that life. And back then was when La Cosa Nostra, or the Mafia, was in full steam. And they were powerful, much more than I believe than they are today. And it was a lure to him. He'd see his father in $4,000 suits, and everything, and that he was put on a pedestal, rightly or wrongly, by people, and the money was flowing. Very attractive, and he got into the life. And, it's, I guess, would I want my son if I was in that? No, but John Gotti Sr., if there's one thing, and I heard the tapes, and I only just did not interview John Gotti Jr., but I talked to a lot of different people, and one of them, one of the most respected FBI agents ever, and he said, look, he's a gangster. But I'll tell you one thing. He really believed in the tradition.
Wow, that's amazing.
Believed in it. And, so, look, I don't take sides. I just hope that people see it as an entertaining film. And if it entertains them, it is based on a true story. So the events did happen.
Leo, I'm sure that this story is true because you wrote it, and I'm sure that you hit every mark. But John Gotti Jr., right now, he's out of the mafia, right?
That's exactly what he has told me. And, as far as the law enforcement, they brought him. His father was nicknamed the Teflon Don because he'd go to trial and then something a witness would forget. In fact, I saw the headline of the New York Post once when they went to trial. The guy that was going to testify against him, he said, "No, I forgot. I don't remember." Right? The headline of the New York Post was, "I for Gotti."
Yeah, I remember that headline. Yeah, the Teflon Don, because nothing would stick to him. Yeah, we're going to get into a lot more of this, a lot more about Gotti, a lot more about Mr. Rossi's career and the film. The trailer looks amazing. It's going to be a huge hit, I can already tell. This is The Lounge with Larry and Nancy Manetti. I'm Mike Gary. We'll be right back.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's to see the memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. See the Art of the Masters, an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, fairy lights from cathedral ceilings, and our ancestors smiling down at you from the family love altar. The romance of Romeo and Juliet, and find the mystical Room of the Moon. And don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, make our own sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. From pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, just $18.95, and Angelo's and Vinci's has been named 2 years in a row Best Italian Restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurant at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you need to know there is money available to you that can lower your Medicare prescription costs. How much can you save? Find out now by making a free call to Health Markets. They'll search from a variety of nationally recognized plans to find you the right coverage at a price that fits your budget. And they'll do all this valuable research for you at no charge to you. And remember, you may be able to save money on your prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify. Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy? Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge. Call Health Markets right now.
800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. 800-990-0351. That's 800-990-0351.
Health Markets Insurance Agency is the DBA of InSphere Insurance Solutions, Inc., licensed in all 50 states and DC. Service and product availability varies by state. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
And we are back hanging on with Sloopy. This is The Lounge with Larry and Nancy Manetti and our special guest, Leo Rossi. This is Sierra Digital Talk, and that is Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys, #1 on the U.S. single charts this week in 1965. We are back with Mr. Rossi and Larry and Nancy talking about Gotti, talking about Mr. Rossi's amazing career. I'm looking at his bio right now. It's just as long as my arm. Worked with some amazing people. Spielberg, worked with David Milch in Hill Street Blues. Was ER in season 6, which is the best season of ER in my opinion. An amazing writer, actor, amazing career. So Mr. Rossi, tell us, how did you get your start? What broke you into Hollywood?
Well, no one, and thanks for the compliments. No one in my family was in show business. My father was in the environmental recycling ecological refuse business. He was in the garbage business. Mm-hmm. And in fact, he had always had a sense of humor. God bless him on our trucks. He had, your trash is our cash. There you go. And it was like I was going through a bad marriage at the time. And all of a sudden I was looking for an outlet. In business, I mean, we were doing well. And, and I shortchanged my dad a little bit. We manufactured compactors, balers, trash truck bodies, dumpsters, and everything. So it was a very lucrative business. And, but, I loved the means to the end, which was money.
The score.
The end was money. The means, that was different. It was like, okay, I mean, we were selling things, to the big chains, AMP at the time, and Allied stores, but it wasn't fulfilling to me. I just wasn't. I mean, when I was in college, I went to Villanova. I was on a football scholarship, so that was a job. Oh, yeah, I got all my tuition, board, room paid for, everything, but you had to answer the bell August 10th every summer, and you didn't finish until after Thanksgiving, and then you had spring practice. So they had a very good theater department, but I was intimidated. I wasn't going to go on and do a play. All the football players would come, and they'd be talking to me on stage. Hey, Ross. Hey. So I stayed away from it. And then I got in business with my father. And my father, never sick a day in his life, never in a hospital, 58 years of age, he drops dead of a heart attack.
Oh, sorry to hear about that.
And there was the business, and there was me. And my brother, he had no interest in it. So I kept it afloat for a little bit, but I would sneak into New York, and I had a bogus resume that I made up. And when I was still back in Philly, I was doing community theater, and it was to me like, Lord, I found it. I found it because it wasn't like work, and it gave me a natural high. Not weed or booze or anything. That's what got me high. The rehearsals, the learning of the lines, the performances. So I liquidated the business, went to New York, and the funny thing was, when I went to New York, and I BS'd my way into Strasbourg, and they had kids from all over the country who come, and they're working as mail carriers, and they're working waiters. So on Fridays after class, I had money in my pocket. I was coming from the business world. And I would take them to the Beef and Brew, and they have roast beef sandwiches and beer, and, I'd pay for it. If I took 10 kids, the bill back in the day was like $100. Not a big deal. There it is. Well, one of the kids from Oklahoma, I'll never forget him, after we had been doing this every Friday night for, I don't know, months, and he had a few beers, and he said to me, Leo, can I ask you a question? I said, sure, Jerry, what would you ask? He said, are you like a hitman or something? Because he couldn't understand, how I would have
you have the money in your pocket, yeah.
And I'm just hanging and knocking around. And so I got it, and when I went to New York, and then with Strasbourg, first at the Institute, then at the Actors Studio, it was what I was meant to do.
That's fantastic. And like you said, if you're doing something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. That's amazing. And for our listeners out there, Leo Strasberg, an amazing teacher, taught so many great actors, and also was in The Godfather Part 2, an amazing part. We're bigger than U.S. Steel, Michael. We'll be right back in the lounge. This is the Lounge here in Digital Talk.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales is a rollicking new tale of the high seas infused with all the elements of fantasy, humor, and action that have resulted in an international phenomenon for the past 13 years. Fans who bring home Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales will experience the non-stop action in stunning 4K Ultra HD format, the ultimate home entertainment experience. Now, for details on how you can win a digital copy of Dead Men Tell No Tales, head to mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter @TheMungle.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Take a look inside your personal mirror. Are you living your most amazing life possible? Are you feeling stuck, miserable, or unsure? You don't have to settle. Nothing is more important than your life. It's yours. You only have one, and you deserve to make the most of it. Help is just a phone call away. You now have your own personal, psychic, intuitive life coach. Got a question on your financial situation, your job, having a love or relationship issue you need help with? Do you want to explore your destiny and life path? Our gifted, intuitive psychic coaches can identify root issues, access your key problems, and formulate a plan to help you move confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live an amazing life now. Everyone needs someone to talk to. Call the Psychic Life Helpline today. 800-659-1091. 800-659-1091. 800-659-1091. That's 800-659-1091.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right. Get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
Oh, that song just makes me tap my toe. That's Spencer Davis Group, I'm a Man, featuring Little Stevie Winwood, 1965. And we are back in the lounge with Larry and Nancy Manetti, and our guest, Leo Rossi's on the line, talking about how he got to start and the new film, Gotti, coming out December 15th, 2017. And you guys, guess what? We got a little, maybe a little preview right now. Oops, hold on. Let me recue that real fast. Got a little trailer right here of Gotti.
Let me tell you something. New York is the greatest city in the world. My city. I was a kid in these streets, and I made it to the top. I made my bones doing a piece of work for Don Carlo Gambino. Like that, I became a made man.
Dad, I'm thinking maybe take a year off. Why, you want to hang out with me?
Do you know what you're doing to this family?
I will build something that nobody can destroy.
Salute.
Paul Castellano was a fish in the desert. I never respected Paul.
You killed the boss of us. You will bring down hellfire.
There is no choice.
You'll need the support of all 5 boroughs. Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island, the Bronx.
Our job now is to maintain leadership. I nominate John Gotti.
To the new boss!
Let everybody know. Now everybody comes to me.
Oh, goosebumps. I have absolute goosebumps.
Awesome.
Last thing you'll see is a flash.
Oh.
Very, very cool, Leo.
Well,
so, Leo.
Thank you.
I want to jump. You said you went to New York. I know what that's like. You went through all the rigmaroles. You did plays. You went back to Hollywood. And then you struck it rich, right?
Well,
wrong.
It was not quite that easy, as you and Nancy know. You've both been in show business for most of your life. You've had a lot of success, but you also know it's a roller coaster ride. and you're up. And yeah, I like to say I've been from the penthouse to the basement so many times, up and back and up and back. I'm wearing out the elevator,
Yeah, really.
And you can't want it 100%. You have to want it way more than that, because it's an extremely tough business. It can be very gratifying. I mean, Larry, how many series, how many years, being in Hawaii, shooting most of the year for, 8 years Magnum was on?
Yeah.
It's that's the highlights. And the lowlights are when the phone doesn't ring. And
you're always on a lease.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. That's what it is.
What do you got going now, Leo?
Actually, I got a couple of things. I just finished a pilot, and it's called The Neighborhood. And we shot in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn has changed from when I used to live in New York. In the neighborhoods, that were mostly Italian and all, they've changed. They've been, what's that word? Gentrified.
Hipsters.
And, these old brownstones that the people bought them for $200,000. Now they're getting upwards of $3 million.
Amazing.
It's just, but the lure of New York City when I was coming up through the ranks, it was great. I mean, it was exciting. You didn't have to, like in L.A., you have to get your car to go anywhere. There, all you had to do was walk out of your apartment, and the energy just swept you up. But now, I mean, it's unless you're a quazillionaire, living in New York City is tough. It's very tough, and if I went back there with work, like I went back for the pilot, or if it was a play, that would be a good thing. And it's just one of, I guess you call it progress. But I remember in the good old days. Larry, Nancy, you remember Chicago in the good old days.
Yep, I do.
Yeah,
Leo, what do you have to say to the people all over the world that are aspiring actors, sitting and listening to you right now, scratching their head and saying, God, I wish I could try it?
I would never rain on anybody's parade. If that's what they want to do, but if you're going to go that direction, I suggest that if it's acting, whatever facet of entertainment, really put the time in. Put the time in to make your product better. What is your product? It's you. You want vocal training? Fine. You want to go study for acting? Of course. You can do all those things, and you should do all those things. And then you really don't put a time limit on it. Well, at 5 years, if I'm not making a living, then I'm going to go to do something else. Not the right mindset. If you cast your lot, this is what you're going to do. Find a way to do it.
That's amazing. Yeah, you're so right.
Work other jobs if that's your dream. But you better have a thick skin. And it's very difficult when, as actors, you try to keep your instrument, your body, open to emotion and to creativity. When on the other side, you're getting rejections. And you have to really want it, and if you want it, God bless you.
That's
go for broke.
So well put, Leo.
Well, you got to have a real strong sense of self. You've got to believe in yourself. Otherwise, they'll chew you up and spit you out.
Absolutely, and like Larry said, so much of it is about drive, and like you said, Leo, it's young actors should hear this. George Clooney didn't get his real big break in a studio picture until he was 40. Harrison Ford was making kitchen cabinets to age 38 before he booked his first big job. So yeah, if you're out there, keep plugging away and believe in yourself. Keep that drive up. So this is The Lounge.
Stick in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay with it.
Stay with it. This is The Lounge. Larry Manetti. I'm Mike Gary. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Staples has everything you need to keep your office humming for less, so you can run your business with confidence. The confidence that you can afford to replace that old printer that makes more noise than copies. The confidence to generate bold new ideas, and the toner to put them on paper. The confidence to print a proposal that looks as crisp as your suit. Everything your business needs for less at Staples. And now buy 2 reams of Staples brand paper and get 1 free. Staples. It's pro time. Select SKUs. In-store only. Plus tax where applicable. Expires 10/7/17.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
And we are back in the lounge with the dulcet tones of the Rolling Stones. Time is on my side, 1966. This is the lounge with Larry Manetti and Mr. Leo Rossi. Mr. Rossi, we know you have to go. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm going to be first in line to see Gotti on December 15th. That's when it comes out.
Hey, Leo,
Yes, sir, Larry.
something just came across my desk, and I guess I'm going to say it anyway. I understand that you are a participant in a show called Summer of 1776, written by David O. Stewart, and I hear that it is going to be made, and I think it's going to be a universal hit. And folks, that's a book about the founding fathers of America, how they struggled and put their brows together in taverns, fistfights, and duels, and how they made America safe. What do you think about that, Leo?
Well, it's especially in our time, which is so politicized, that it shows how this country was formed, the Congress, the House, the Senate, our first president, and it was no picnic. Rhode Island didn't even show up as one of the original states for the thing, and there was there was duels, as we know. Everything it really, the timing couldn't be better, and also the hit play musical Hamilton is now going across the country. It was a gigantic Broadway hit, still is. So for 1787, this could be a mini-series that people will not only be entertained, but will be educated about how this country was formed.
Wow. Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Listen,
well, Leo, when it gets closer to the premiere, we'd love to have you back.
Nancy, for you and Larry, Anything, like they say in Brooklyn, anything. And Michael, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rossi. I'm
Great
looking forward to the
pleasure.
movie. So excited to have you. So
and
long,
Michael,
sir.
I won't come on if you keep calling me Mr. Rossi.
Okay, Leo. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Leo. Love
Bye-bye.
you.
What an amazing man. It's Mr. Leo Rossi. Excuse me, Leo Rossi, because we want him back on the show because the Gotti is going to be a hit. I can tell it right now from the trailer. Let's just go through some of the cast. John Travolta, and it's so interesting you guys are talking about peaks and valleys. John Travolta was biggest star in the world, late 70s, early 80s. Kind of faded, still had a great career, made a lot of money. Comes back in 1994 with Pulp Fiction. Amazing movie, Quentin Tarantino. Role of a lifetime for Travolta, really. Rides that wave for a little bit. Things kind of died down. Then he appears last year or the year before in the great FX series, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. He played Robert Shapiro masterfully, and now he's got the look, he's got the walk, the talk. And Larry, you've been around knockaround guys from back from Chicago and New York, even out here. It's not so much about the accent or anything like that. It's how you carry yourself, right? It's just the confidence.
Travolta is an exceptional actor. And to play John Gotti, and if you saw the trailer, you know how much he looks like him.
Totally.
They made him look like him. He sounds like him. His attitude is him. And that's what it is to become an actor. And folks, if you want to become an actor, you'll get there. You'll do this. You'll be a Travolta or a Pacino or God only knows who else is up
Larry
there.
Manetti.
Larry
You
Manetti.
don't want to be me. Yeah. But I mean, it's such an exciting business. God bless him.
You really have to be a chameleon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just going to
But
some of this.
Leo is just great, and Leo's research is like nobody else's. I mean, I know for a fact that he practically lived with Gotti for 4 months. And I mean, he's just the best when it comes to true life things. His research is phenomenal.
I'm just really looking forward to this film. I mean, I love crime films, and just the look of it too. It reminded me a lot of just those great films, the New York films that have that kind of dark look and just real realism to it. And I'm really interested to see the dynamic between Gotti Sr. and Gotti Jr. And it's interesting, like if it's like a Don Corleone, Michael Corleone thing, where if John didn't want him in the business or anything like that, he wanted him to be like a doctor, a senator, something like that, but. It's just, but I don't know, because John Gotti just didn't seem, he seemed like the kind of guy that, I don't know, I didn't get the kind of paternalism from John Gotti in the media that would keep him away from the business. But this is a great cast. John Travolta, as I said, is John Gotti. Kelly Preston, who I believe is John Travolta's real life wife, is playing Victoria Gotti. So that's going to be interesting to see. I mean,
he did a great job, I heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to appear in the same film as your wife, as actual husband and wife. And this is what I'm looking forward to. Stacy Keach, one of my favorite actors of all time, is Alanello Della Croce. He was the underboss of the Gotti family. He's actually played by Aidan Quinn in the 1996 version. Oh, man, this cast. And also William DeMeo is Sammy Gravano, Sammy the Bull, or some people refer to him as Sammy the Rat Gravano. Directed by Kevin Connolly. He's a well-known actor. He was on Entourage for a long time. But I'm really looking forward to this film.
It's going to be a real kicker, boy. Nancy has a great recipe. You want to say it, Nance?
Well, we only got about 40 seconds left. Maybe we should hold that.
No, I'll do it next segment. Do we have another segment?
We got one more segment, a short one. So maybe we can...
Oh, thank God. Well, then I'll give you a short recipe.
Okay, sounds good. This is The Lounge.
Yeah.
Everybody get your pens and paper out for Nancy's Recipe of the Week coming up next. And also, make sure you guys check out Larry's website, LarryManetti.com. Check out the book, Aloha Magnum. It's a great read. I mean, if you like the kind of stuff that I like, you'll love this book. It's amazing stories, behind-the-scenes stories, celebrity interactions. It's an amazing book. Also available as a Kindle book download from Amazon.com. This is The Lounge. Be right back on CRN.
Aloha! Experience your home away from home being beachfront at the Kanapali Beach Hotel. Begin your getaway relaxing on over 11 acres of tropical Hawaiian gardens at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel, voted Best Aloha Spirit by Hawaii Magazine readers. Just walking around the grounds with all the tropical vegetation, relaxing poolside, or kicking back in the sun on the world-renowned Kaanapali Beach makes you feel like you're home in paradise. There's a package to fit all your needs: wedding, honeymoon, activities, private parties, great food, or just good old beach fun. The hotel perpetuates the Hawaiian tradition at its best. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
We are back in the lounge. That is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons Ragdoll, number one in 1964. Once again, thanks so much for the Rossi coming on the show. And now, I got my knife, I got my fork out, I got my napkin stuffed in my shirt, and it's time for Nancy's Recipe of the Week. You got a quick one for us?
Yeah, I do. I made chicken piccata for Larry the other night. And it's really, some people call it chicken lemon chicken. It's so easy. You can do it with veal or chicken. Obviously, chicken is cheaper. But get some chicken breasts that are deboned. And I pound them out so they're a little bit thinner. And then after they're pounded thin, I dredge them in a little bit of flour. And that kind of gives them a little crispy edge around there when you're cooking them. And then all you need is a little olive oil in the pan, some salt and pepper, and I put butter in with the olive oil to make it a little richer. And you throw the chicken breasts in there, and I take lemon and use the zest of the lemon, put that over the top of them. I would say about a half a lemon per slice of chicken. And all the lemon juice, I like about 4 or 5 lemons juiced. Put that in there. You turn them a little bit, put in a little bit of white wine, and that's absolutely delicious. And didn't you, what, Larry?
Skinned.
Oh, yeah, there's boneless, skinless chicken. Yeah. and the lemon juice. And then you throw in some capers at the end.
Yeah, I gotta do the
And that
capers.
gives it kind of a salty, lemony flavor. And you're done in less than 5 minutes. You got
Delicious.
dinner.
Wow.
It's so easy. Chicken piccata. It's very easy to do, and it's absolute. And you know what? If you have leftovers, cover it, put it in the fridge. You can heat it up the next day, and it's even better.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been marinating. It's delicious.
Oh, yeah, that sounds absolutely amazing. I love chicken piccata. And like you said, leftovers, ooh, gets
Oh, yeah.
marinated. You just chop it up. You chop up that chicken a little bit, maybe put a little rigatoni on the stove, and then you put it all together in a big pot with some olive oil, stir it up, let it kind of pan fry. It's really, really good.
Sure. Or if you go into work the next day, chop up the lemon chicken, put it with some lettuce. You got a delicious salad.
Oh, mercy me. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Chicken piccata. Make sure to pound it, like she said, like Nancy said.
Yeah.
That's a big key. It makes the chicken a little bit tender and a little bit. It spreads it out a little bit. I mean, they do the same thing with cacciatore and with Parmesan. And says, yeah, you got to pound that chicken a little bit, releases some of the flavor and some of the fat. And and as always, serve it with some nice crusty bread.
Crusty bread.
Yeah,
well.
And don't forget the capers, because that really tops the whole thing off.
Absolutely. We got about a minute left, so a little housekeeping. Make sure to visit Larry's website, LarryManetti.com. Check out the book Aloha Magnum. Check out the ebook download on Amazon.com. Also, check out our podcast. All our great quality broadcasts are available as podcasts on crn.com/podcaster. Look for Manetti. Click on that. It's all there. Amazing interviews, amazing celebrities, and all about the amazing lives of Larry and Nancy Manetti. Once again, prayers to Las Vegas. Stay strong out there. Any last words, Larry Manetti? Larry, Nancy?
Yeah, God bless America. Be kind to one another. And geez, God, please keep the nuts off the street.
Really. Our prayers for everyone out there, and especially the families of the loved ones in Las Vegas. Thanks, everybody. We love you all, and keep listening.
Bye,
God bless
everybody.
America.
Absolutely. Take care. Special thanks to executive producer Courtney Cadera and, of course, Mr. Mike Horn. I am Mike Gary. This is The Lounge. See you next week on CRN.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics,